it's legal in some companies, Nasir, and that's where I want Ellen Rao to come in and give us legal perspective. It's not necessarily, Mr. Rao, legal in India. And also, is it under prescription? Is it under prescription? All of that is now what the Narcotics Control Bureau will look at. Mr. Rao, you're an expert. You've dealt with drug cartels. You've looked at these messages, the different kinds of drugs that they're talking about. What do you make of Rhea's messages? What kind of a case can the NCP build?
Rahul, so far as I could reveal this thing, that the ED was investigating all these cases, and the WhatsApp messages were being brought by ED, and then they came to know about there are some messages about some narcotics being delivered or being supplied to someone else. So now they have given this case to NCB, because the NCB is the specialized agency to deal with such type of cases. Now come up the narcotics cases, that this is a narcotic and narcotic drugs and psychotropic substance act. It was enacted in 1985, and in this case, in this act, there are some provisions of how to deal with these type of narcotics. Like this, some narcotics are cannabis kind of these, and some of the manufactured drugs. And so many drugs are being supplied on a license, and the drug department deals with such type of cases. And most of the drugs are banned drugs, so that these are covered in there is a schedule in the NDPS Act. There are scheduled more than 100 drugs are prescribed in this schedule. Then each and every drug is detailed, and the quantity is also explained, that how much is the commercial quantity, how is non-commercial quantity, and the punishment is also accordingly is done, prescribed in the NDPS Act. So now now come to the part in this Sushant Rajput's case. Then if these drugs are being supplied, or there are some evidences that these were supplied in the past, and who are the persons who were supplying it, or what type of drugs they were supplying. Now there are some news that MD drugs were being mentioned in that every drug has this chemical name. MD drug has a methylene dioxymethamphetamine is the chemical name, and similarly so many other drugs have their own chemical names separately. And these drugs are called manufactured drugs, and there is separate offences. Like the cocaine has some other offences that is also common under manufactured drugs. Heroin is also under manufacturing drugs, and then these CHARAS, hashish, and all these things are called as made of cannabis. And these all drugs, if they are permitted by the license, then there is no offence. And if they are not permitted by the license, and there are so many drugs, there is no license is permitted. That like in opium, that the permission is given to the agriculture.